Record. All right, what's up, STE family? It's your boy Runner Once, back at it again, man. Doing a quick little podcast, for the culture. And we here with Celtics, man. Introduce yourself, man. The people
Tatum
know who you
gang.
are.
Y'all know who I am, man.
Yeah, Tatum and
We gonna
them.
win,
Tatum
bro,
and them.
man. Mr. Who ain't gonna pass it. If Tatum got it, you might as well double him. You know who it is, man.
That's it. That's it. And I'm officially pool party over here. That's it. That's
Nah, you
that's
just
that's all
trash,
we
nigga.
rocking.
You got 7 wins.
Listen, man. Listen.
Didn't Tatum give you a 40 ball? But I'm gonna leave it alone. He didn't
It's,
gave
it's,
everybody
it's
40
we
balls.
we on a struggle bus right now, but that's all right. But
Except
look,
Will, because Will 40 ball me.
man, we here to entertain the people real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just what is that?
What is what?
I hear like some music or something.
Oh, you probably hear the fucking game. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay, no, I see that. Okay, my bad. All right, my fault, y'all. But anyway, we back at it. But so yeah, we here to entertain the people. Um, and we wanted to kind of go into our we have some different top 10 rankings, and so we're gonna hop right into that. So Trey, I saw you already posted your joint. Let me pull that back up because I
Can you
know we
post it in the
have
chat so people can see it, bro?
what's it called? Primo posted it it's in the media joint. So we'll
Okay, let me
start.
check it
Well,
out.
you will start at the. You want to start at the bottom at number 10, and work your way up, or it's top down. What we doing, man? What we doing?
I start at the bottom of my list, man.
Okay, all right. So that's great. So you're coming in at 10 at 10. You have yourself. That's
Yeah, man, I got myself at number 10, man. I probably would have ranked me higher because I think of me, but I got some bad losses on my joint too. Man, I
yeah.
lost to y'all know my first like 8 games of the season I was playing on hotel Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
give it a disclaimer. But nah, I lost to like the Clippers, I lost
Hmm.
to Portland, I lost to some niggas I ain't got no business even being in the conversation. No disrespect to them boys, but come on, man. My work is proven.
Oh,
But
I
what up?
actually it's funny. I looked at my list again, and I thought I had you on my top 10, but I took you off actually. So you got bumped today. My 10 to 10 is actually the Hornets. So
The
Hornets,
nigga I done beat twice? That's
listen,
crazy
man,
business.
listen. He out here cooking people. He beat the Raptors.
Yeah,
Okay, like
I
that's
respect
that's
it.
that's a big
You know,
win.
I ain't gonna never argue against my guy. That's my man. So I always, keep it a bean, a buck 50. You know what I'm saying? My team better than his, and it was a close game. So I can see leaning towards him now that he
Right,
got some people
right.
established.
He's definitely balling now, and y'all win percentage is close, and he has more games played. He's at 42, you at 28. He's won
Yeah,
some big games. He's really balling out. It's we gonna get into the trades and stuff later, but it looks like that
yeah.
move that he made is kind of working out for him. He's on a
Facts.
nice little win streak right now. So, he got bumped up in the power rankings for me. He's
Yeah, I ain't
balling
gonna
right
knock it.
now.
So shit,
Shout out to Shot.
for each team on my little power ranking joint, I had it set to like you could see like key things that they doing to get their wins on the season. So
Yeah,
for me at 10th, I had the Celtics. We coming in with the ninth best 3-point percentage in the league, which was
which is
something
big.
that I always struggled with. So
Hmm.
we getting it there. I'm number one in steals per game, which is
Right,
consistent across all the 2Ks. And I got key
right.
wins over the Warriors, the Bucks, and the Spurs. Tatum second league in scoring at 28 points a game. That's how we getting it done.
Those are definitely good wins, man. I definitely gotta say that. Those are definitely good wins. But so I mean, let's see who the Hornets beat. So Hornets beat the Raptors, lost to the Hawks, scrub, beat the Bucks, uh lost to the Spurs by two. So he swept the Hawks actually. Oh, did he win the first one? Oh no, he split with the Hawks. Okay, so he split with the Hawks, beat the Warriors. So he beat he swept the Warriors. That's actually crazy because the Warriors is nice this year. He swept the Warriors, so he's got
You
some big
said this
wins
year. So you
too.
said he was ass last year?
Who? I
The
don't. I mean,
Warriors.
he's got a
I,
much better team this year.
I
He's
heard
got
what you said. Called the
a lot
nigga ass,
more to
man.
work with this year. I don't know about he was asked last year, but he got a lot better, a better team that fits his play style too. So
Facts.
it's all right. I could see 10th going either way, but
Yeah, no, I respect it.
I can see it
Bro,
going
champ.
either way.
You always got to give respect to the chance, man. I ain't gonna
For
knock it.
sure, for sure. Oh, that's right. He'll go name. He'll go name.
There
He
you
he done
go,
did it
bro.
before. He done did it before, so that's good. All right, so it looks like we agree on our number nine. Looks like you have the Lakers. I also have the Lakers, and you got some interesting stats up here for him as well.
Yeah, man. So get my boy Will coming in, man, at ninth.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Will, but he got AD and LeBron. So what he gonna do? He fourth in the league in field goal percentage. He getting
Right,
that bitch to the cup.
getting that
He
paint, boy.
eighth
He in
in
that paint.
assists. He eighth in steals, and he eighth in blocks per game. So he consistent across the board on that. LeBron leading his team in scoring at 23 points a game, and he got big wins over the Raptors, who, as we get later in the rankings, you'll see why that's big.
Yeah,
We got the Kings, a big win, and everybody know what Flores out there doing.
Flores,
And shit,
boy.
he 40 ball me. Y'all know who I am, so
I
you know what
don't
I'm
think we
saying?
know who you are really, but that's something. Okay, I guess that's
Wow.
something.
Oh, nigga, you got 7 wins.
I guess
You ain't won a chip since 2020. Stop talking to me like you somebody. Nigga, you
that's
lost eight
tough.
championships last year.
That's tough. That's
And you
tough.
stole Donovan Mitchell for Keldon Johnson. I'm not
Oh
hearing
my
that.
God. Oh my God. All right, listen, we not dwelling on the past, all right? We in the future. We in the present and future, all right? You want some other shit right now. So I'm not
Yeah,
trying
but
to
nah,
talk.
man, I will say though, after playing Will, like me, y'all know me and Will got a history going back and forth in games, so that's kind of whatever. But after playing him, I understand like his style of play is gonna be problematic for certain people. Like he gonna spread you out. And
Pause.
the defense
Mhm.
that AD covers so much ground defensively, like
Right.
even if you beat him on the perimeter, AD's there.
Making that up. AD is like, I mean, that's like a Greek, like a slightly less
Yeah.
athletic Greek, you know what I'm saying? But AD is defensive monster, so you got big body Braun. He's still out there doing what he do on both
Mm-hmm.
ends because it's still 2K, so he can still clamp up in 2K because he's
Yeah.
still 6'8",
And the names that they
250.
got, while they're not producing the same way in real life, he got some good 2K names.
Right. Austin Reeves is nice in 2K. Torian
Awesome.
Prince,
Christian Wood is
sniper.
nice in 2K.
Right.
He got
Spread
some
the floor.
pieces that
Hmm.
video game wise will work. So
Right.
Will
Right.
may be a problem for some people this year, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do in the playoffs, but I definitely agree with that. Will's having a good season already. So for number eight, we agree again. We both have the Knicks. Um, he man, that he got D Mitch, boy. Like D Mitch is the homie. I think he got that D Mitch trade off for like RJ and some bums, but that was a nice
Thanks.
trade for him. And he's really starting to ball out with them boys. He's got some good wins too. Like, let me see what you got here.
Yeah,
He
so
eighth in 3 point percentage. All right, you go ahead and take that.
yeah, he eighth in 3 point percentage. So if he putting that bitch up, that bitch damn near going in.
Mm-hmm.
He 25th in turnovers per game, which means he's not giving the rock up.
That's
Which
good.
means every possession, if you're not coming down scoring back, you ain't getting no easy points on bro.
Right, right, right.
And he holds his opponents to the second worst 3 point percentage in the league. So when you play him, you ain't just chucking up threes all game. Like that's gonna be problematic for some people.
And that's big. I think that's big for a couple of reasons. Like one, I don't think Motown has ever really been known as a stellar defender. Not saying I feel like he's a one of those all around players. Like he's not particularly great at anything, but he doesn't really have any weaknesses. So for him to be second in the league in 3 point percentage allowed, I feel like that's a big step up in his game this year. And he's got
Which
he's got D Mitch going
go ahead.
crazy, 24 points a game. He's got some big wins. It looks like he swept the Hawks. And Eric is
So
tough.
I wanna reach on that. Eric's a shooter.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Able to hold the teams to the second worst 3 point percentage in the league kind of lets you see like that's how you beat Eric. Like he beat Eric because he took away what Eric wants to do.
Right, right, right. That's
I
deep.
always tell y'all, matchups mean a fucking lot. You may
Yeah.
think somebody's 10 times better, but if they match up bad against this person or that person, you may see some shit.
I agree. So that would be an interesting. That's gonna be interesting. Like if he gets matched up with a perimeter oriented kind of player in the playoffs, that could really be hell. He could put them boys in a box and he not turning the ball over like that. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You're gonna have to figure out other ways to score against Motown, man. So shout out to you. You've been steadily climbing. You've been steadily climbing. You're doing what to do with the Knicks. You're doing it. You're doing a damn thing, man. You're doing a damn thing. So seventh, I have the Bucks. You have the Bucks, which is like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little disappointed the Bucks is this low on my power rankings list. Um, but Dom is the homie. I think that he's going to finish a bit stronger than he started. I think
I'm
he's
just saying,
coming
if I had
along.
Giannis, this wouldn't be happening.
Nigga, you already had Giannis, and we saw how that went for you. But it looks like he's coming around. He's shooting the rock a little bit better. But I feel like
So his
there's some work
numbers are
that
a
needs
little
to be done.
misleading. So the Bucks is third in 3-point percentage, but he doesn't take many threes.
Mm,
So if he shot more, he would either A, have more wins because he's generating the looks, or that percentage would drop down and he would look worse. So where he's at, he's not attempting many threes.
now that's interesting because using the eye test and from what I remember him of playing him, so he took a lot of threes, or it seemed like he took quite a few threes with Dame. He was running that Dame Greek pick and roll,
Yeah,
Greek rolling to the basket, and he running behind the screen and putting that bitch up with Dame. He was missing them shits, but he was. I feel like he was still. I wonder. Let me see real quick how many threes Dame is averaging a game. Let me see if I can find that
I got it real quick.
quick.
My controller did.
I got it. So Mr. Damian Lillard. Okay, yeah, so Dame is averaging six threes a game. He putting up six threes a game, which for one player, that's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot. And he's Dame is now shooting about 43%, which is not definitely not bad. That's definitely not bad. So it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, he's gonna continue to improve. I think he's getting the hang of how he wants to shoot the ball and the shots that he wants to kind of generate and kind of get. And Greek draws a lot of attention, so it's gonna be really interesting to see how he progresses. Oh, hold on one second.
Dame is ni-
Hold on one
Dame
second.
is 19th in threes attempted per game in the league.
Hold on. Yeah, my bad
Yeah,
about
so
that
Dame is
interruption.
19th in the Yeah, so Dame is 19th in the league in attempted threes. So
Okay.
basically, he is who he is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think
The
what's
Bucks
gonna be
got some
key
good
for
wins
him.
he got some big wins over the Knicks. This is how I differentiated those two actually. So the Bucks had some big wins over the Lakers and Knicks. So that's how I got the Bucks ahead of those two because he beat those two.
Makes sense. That makes
And he had
sense.
some big wins over the Warriors and things of that nature. A case could have been made to make the Knicks higher than the Bucks because the Knicks got those two wins over Atlanta. It depends on how you weigh them.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, he's still having a good season. I think I'm excited to see what he does in the playoffs when he takes it a little bit more serious, gets into the settings a little bit. I know he kind of like me in the sense that regular season don't matter. So I'm gonna enjoy seeing him play in the playoffs. Looking forward to that. So for number where we at? So 6, you have the Warriors. I have the Kings at 6. So talk to me a little bit about your rationale for putting the Warriors, because to me that's kind of low. What's your logic about putting the Warriors at 6? What's going on with that?
Or it's really just between the people that was still left on the list.
Hold on, you cut out.
I had the Warriors.
Hmm.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I had the Warriors at 6. Although I will preface the statement, the Warriors do have the second best offensive rating in the league, second best 3-point percentage in the league, second best free throw percentage in the league.
Mm,
He also beat the Spurs twice and the Hawks with Steph as his leading scorer.
mm-hmm.
But I've also watched some of his games, and this is where it gets a little different for me at. When I see him play, the second his plays break down, he struggles. He has not in games that I've watched, and I've even played him. His play breakdown, he has no backup go to. So it's
Mm,
hard for me to put him above. Example, I got the Kings above him because I've seen the Kings call plays and beat people. I've seen the Kings 5 out and beat people. I've seen Kings beat you with a multitude of ways,
mm-hmm.
with what one could consider probably a lesser roster. Do you
Right.
have Fox and Jimmy above Steph? What Clay still is on the game as a shooter and defender, Draymond, Wiggins. Like, I think the Kings roster is a little less.
I mean, I think it's closer. than a lot
It's
of
closer,
people
but
probably
I think
think.
the Warriors are better.
It's tough. That's tough. That's tough. It's close. It's close. So I mean, I'm looking at the game. Like one game, Warriors blew him out. He beat Bro by almost 40. Warriors beat
Yeah.
Kings by almost 40. But then the other game,
Hmm.
Kings got him back and beat him by like it was like a close game. It was like an 8 point game. So they had their battles. It's gonna be kind of interesting to
Hmm.
see. I would like to see that matchup in the playoffs. It looks like they're gonna have a nice little battle. But I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I think with the efficiency that Warriors is playing, a lot of the plays isn't breaking down clearly because he has the second best offense in the league. So I don't know. I don't know. And beating somebody by almost 40 is a statement. That's a statement.
Yeah, but if you beat them by almost 40, and then the next time you play, you lose. What does that statement say? Does that statement
By
say?
8, I don't know. Like it could be a lot. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That statement to me just says you got hot and I just threw the game away. Like fuck it. Because if we
Mm,
played again and you couldn't beat me, if you beat a
mm-hmm,
nigga by 40, there should be no comeback and you lose. If it's you're better.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
There ain't a nigga I'm beating by 40 that next time we play I'm gonna lose to.
mm-hmm.
If I'm better.
Right,
Now, if you
right,
had a
right.
better game,
Mm-hmm.
that's always possible. It's times that the motherfucker just gonna load up and shots falling in yours. Not
Right,
that's just
that's it.
reality.
Ain't nothing else you could do. I feel that. Okay. No, I feel that. All right, I feel that. I feel that. All right, so that was at number 6. At number 5, you
Yeah.
have the Hawks. At number 5, I have.
And I actually would and I want to speak on this Hawks pick. I would have the Hawks higher, but he keeps changing his team.
You don't know where he's at.
So so that's always gonna drop you back a little bit
hmm I'm not mad
because
at
you
that.
have to relearn those players.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. At number 5, I mean, I have the Hawks higher. I have the Spurs actually at number 5. Um,
And
which
that makes sense because roster wise, like, bro really ain't got it.
he don't got it, and also like he's got swept. So the Warriors swept him, right? Which is why that's what was the determining factor. So I have the Warriors at 4, um, because he swept the Spurs. So Warriors swept him, Hawks swept him. Obviously he's had some big wins, and he's doing a whole lot with the Spurs. Like a lot of people not gonna be doing that. Yeah, Victor 7-4, blah blah blah. But it's not just Victor. He out here shooting lights out. Like, let's see your breakdown. What's your breakdown on
The Spurs,
Oh, you have the Spurs high. Oh, we can. So we'll get to him later. But like, I
yeah.
like what the Spurs is doing. I think he's definitely, obviously, outperforming with that team. And his team is only getting better too. So
And there's a reason why too. Like he has a big win that's like, all right, cool.
yeah, okay. But like, I agree with you said about the Hawks. We could talk about the Hawks. Like he does keep changing his team. I'm not sure how I feel about this latest iteration of it. Jokic is nasty. He's top 3 player in the game, 2K wise anyway. But it's hard to imagine trading 2 highly versatile scorers in KD and Trey Young. Like them boys is buckets. KD gonna give you 30, Trey Young gonna give you 20. That's 50. That's a 50 ball easy right there. And Jokic, he probably gonna give you 30. 30 and 37 and 7, something like that. So I feel like you
Yeah.
kind of losing some of the production and forcing that onto some of your role players, and now you putting the ball into your role player hands a little bit more. But Eric is a good user. I think a lot of times like good users kind of went out. If he can kind of keep a level head, not do nut shit, he'll be all right. The young boy will be all right. He'll be all right. So on to number 4, who you have as the Kings. I have the Warriors at 4. So we already kind of talked about Flores a little bit. He is playing amazing this season. I think this new 2K and this team really fits his play style. He's getting to spots with Fox, fastest point guard on the game, but also he's making shots. He's hooking up with Huerta. Like you can't leave Huerta off the corner. He's made some great GM moves. Great GM moves like with Jimmy Butler and getting Drummond. So he's killing you on the boards. He's killing you on defense. He's speed boosting by you with Fox. It's just bro is going crazy. And so shout out to you, Flores. Shout out to you, Flores. You doing it up, man. You doing it up.
Yeah, and really, and it's great to see because Flores is one of the most active, consistent people I've seen in the league ever. So I'm so happy that bro is getting success and beating people who have fucked with him for years. Like Flores is he on a revenge tour. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. So I mean, he's got some he's obviously got a lot of big wins. He's gotten a lot of big wins here. Um Beat the Hawks, swept your ass, swept the Knicks, beat the Bucks. Fox is averaging 26 a game. Like these are definitely dope stats. Everybody I talk to that played Flores always complains about all the offensive rebounds he gets because he got big boy Drummond down there getting all the boards. He had another good trade. Claxton, he picked up Claxton, who plays the four for him, which I think is a great move. But he's got a lot of good stuff going for him, Mr. Flores, man. I like it. I like it. I like what he got cooking over there. And so on to number three. You
All right,
have
so at number three for me, I got the Timberwolves, and this is
mm-hmm,
controversial for a lot of people from what I'm
right.
seeing. So the Timberwolves leads the league in points per game and got the best defensive rating and lead the league in blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Got wins over the Kings, Hawks, Knicks, Lakers. Towns leading the league in scoring and basically 30 points a game.
Crazy.
This is his not though. He has more losses against the top five than he has wins, and he has no wins against the other three people that I would have in the top three.
That's interesting. So,
So
so
it's
I,
very
and I
hard for
think
me.
I
You
think
didn't beat the shit out of teams that a lot of more than half of his wins are from teams that we don't have ranked.
hmm well, that's the
So it's
thing.
hard for
So
me.
I have the Wolves at number one, right? But the issue is, well, not the issue. Well, the reason for that is he spanked the Hawks, and I have the Hawks as top three in my power ranking, right? So that was a
Yeah.
big win. He spanked the Kings, which is I think I have him at like 5 or 6 or something like that in my power rankings. But I agree, like he has lost to the Spurs, he's lost to the Warriors, he lost to the Raptors. So, but he beat the Sixers. Sixers is tough, but Sixers not the power rankings. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think what he's doing with Towns is crazy. And he's got the best record in the league. That's it. He's got the best record in the league right now. He's played more games than a lot of the other guys. And he's still at an 88.6% win rate. Like that's crazy. That's definitely crazy. But I can understand what you're saying. Like he doesn't have a lot of key wins, but he's still out here winning. So I think he's in a feature game right now. I'm not sure who his feature game was versus, but I think he's gonna be a big problem, a big problem. But that you
Oh,
said you have him at number three. Okay.
yeah, I think I again like playing with him outside of this. I know what bro can do.
You're right. Right, right.
I
He's
just
like
have to
that.
speak off what I've seen against the people that I have ranked. You know what I'm saying above him. Like if
Right.
you haven't beat them, it's kind of hard for me to, in good faith, be like, oh yeah, I know what he can do because I seen him put up 80 in a pro am game.
But this ain't
Nah,
pro
bro.
am.
Like if you ain't beat them niggas and everybody I got ranked right around you and above you to beat you, it's kind of hard.
Right. I get that. I get that. At number
Why my photo
two,
don't up here no more?
at number two, you have the Spurs,
Yeah.
which is
So
that's crazy. Some of these numbers are crazy though.
so the thing with the Spurs, reason I got the Spurs there is the way you feel about the Timberwolves, he beat them.
hmm
And the people that are below him on the list, he didn't beat the Bucks, he beat the Lakers, he beat the Kings, he beat the Knicks, he beat the Celtics, he beat the Timberwolves.
Right.
With a team, and this is where it can go either way, like that team is lesser. So realistically, maybe I'm ranking the user in him as opposed to the team.
But I think it's a
Because I'm
mix
saying like
of
you
both.
beat, yeah, because you beat the people that I could potentially rank above you. So it's
Right.
hard. Like he lost to the Hawks. So him and the Hawks could have been interchangeable. But my issue with the Hawks, like I said, he keeps changing his team.
Hmm.
Like Hawks with KD, he not taking some like weird games he didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? Like Eric would probably be ranked higher if he hadn't made those trades.
Right. I get that. I get that. I get that. But how you feel about Spurs getting swept by the Warriors, who you had ranked a little bit lower? Swept
Yeah,
top
and
by the Warriors
facts.
convincingly.
This is facts. Question: who did you have ranked higher, Spurs or Warriors?
I have Warriors one rank over the Spurs just because of the fact that Warriors swept him.
And I respect it. But then again, I look who didn't beat other people in the top three. Like
Hmm.
again, that's one of the matchup situations that I talk
Yeah.
about as
Yeah.
opposed to
Uh-huh.
power ranking.
Hmm.
Like they both just running plays. Who got the better team? The Warriors. So I can see why the Warriors were sweeping. They running the same, not the same plays, but they're
Right. They
playing the
have
same
similar
game.
play
One has better
style.
pieces.
Yeah. Okay. I can get down with that. I can get down with that. But for sure, shout out to ISO, man. He came in the league. He's on the admin team. He came in with
Mhm.
some really good, fresh ideas for the league. He's
Mhm.
been really active.
Him
You
and
know.
Will still got to schedule their fight because
Yeah,
I'm waiting on
yeah,
that.
yeah. Put the gloves on. Put the gloves. Yeah, man. But okay, so that's your number two, and then number one, I think is not really a surprise. The Raptors, king of
Yeah,
bubbing himself.
Babinga.
Hmm. Talk to me
So
about your boy, man.
so I ain't played Bub since the preseason.
Hmm.
Um, but when I went and looked, nothing about this shit surprised me. Bub is second in defensive efficiency,
That's what he does.
third, the lowest points allowed per game,
That's what he does.
ninth in assists per game, and he's ninth in assists. He has 6 or 7 people in double digit scoring because Bub does not have a go to score. It doesn't matter
Right,
what team he has.
right.
Bub is going to take the open available shot.
Hmm.
Where I fuck up at is I'm going to Tatum 30 times a game. If you just bro, I got videos of I'm gonna say I got videos of the Suns off balling me just standing in front of Tatum and I still pass it to Tatum. Yeah, the
That's
Suns be
crazy.
off balling. I fuck it. But
That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah,
but
man. I mean, look, we all
but
know who
Bub is
Bub
gonna
is,
take the
man.
open shot, and that's what makes him tough to beat. Like
Yeah.
I had the playoff series with him last year where we went to 7 or 5, one of the two, whatever the last game was,
Hmm.
and it was bro just going to take the good shot.
That's
So
it.
you can't even double his best player because that nigga had 1 point. He don't give a fuck.
That's true. But it's
And
interesting,
also
like
fifth in
so,
steals
like
per game. Go ahead.
no, I'm about to say like the Raptors is like kind of the perfect team for Bud because it's a very
100%.
defensive minded team. You got Jakob down there locking down the paint. Siakam locking up everybody. He lock up perimeter, lock up the paint. He going
2 to 4.
crazy.
He locking up 2 to 4, locking them
Yeah,
up, not guarding
locking
them, but
them
locking
up.
them up.
Right. You got OG locking them up. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. He made a good trade and got a good nice little point guard, Buffkin or whatever he got
Mm-hmm.
from the Hawks. That was a nice little move for him. So he's got a great team that kind of fits his play style. And yeah, you give Bub two or more defenders, and it's a nightmare out there, man. It's
And
it's it's
then
scary hours.
his key wins. Let's talk about it. He beat the Timberwolves. He beat the Hawks. He beat the Spurs. He beat the Kings twice. He beat the Warriors. He beat the Bucks. And his leading scorer averaged 14 points a game.
Crazy. So everybody just out there eating. I love to see it. Again, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised at the same time. Like there was a lot of talk about is he going to be good this year because you have to time layups and this, that, and the third. But I think he's
That's
proven a lot of
that's
people.
overly that's overly cat, bro. Like people saying that a lot, and it's just like I'm not really seeing nobody out here just, oh my God, I can't make layups.
Well, it's interesting because I think what like the conversations looked like were you can't just kind of run in the paint anymore and press square. Like those days are kind of done. Unless you have an open lane, obviously, right? But a lot of times in how Bub was scoring, he would like back you down in the paint, do the pump fakes and get a little layup. But you can't really do that anymore because you have to time your layups. And if your layup timing is not on, you're not really gonna make those for real. But I mean, I think he's adjusted well. Like I see him. I mean, he's shooting now. He out here shooting the mid, he's shooting the three. He's
Mm-hmm.
creating. So it's definitely. I think he adjusted probably a lot better than most people would have thought he would have adjusted. So, but in a game where defense is still viable, you can definitely lock people up. That's gonna be in favor for Bub 10 times out of 10. You know,
100%.
10 times out of 10. But I think it was a good power. I feel like we had some overlap, some differences, but all in all, I think it was a pretty solid. We have a both pretty solid top 10, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these boys do in the playoffs, man. So, but yeah, that's gonna be about our time. We running out of time on the Zoom, man. I ain't trying to upgrade on this Zoom, so we're gonna hit y'all with another podcast another time when we talk about key trades, surprise players. But we're gonna just get this one out real quick, get some content out for the group real quick, and talk about the new top 10 before we head into playoffs. And y'all make sure y'all get y'all games in, because you already know. Look, if you don't have 38 games played, you do not qualify for the playoffs. So that's your
When is the playoffs?
a friendly admin tidbit for y'all, man. So all
When is
right,
the playoffs?
appreciate y'all. Playoffs is December 1st, as tentatively December 1st. That's what it's tentatively scheduled for. So
I bet them up.
y'all go ahead, get them in. All right, fellas. It's your boy Pool Party signing off.
Tatum gang.
Hold on.